Okay, we're back. That's a yawn. So, the album is released, and we like double our monthly listeners for when it released, and I think that's pretty good. Usually that happens, like it goes up to like 30, but doubling to 40 is very, very nice to see. So, I wanted to talk about maybe this song. This is the last song. Or I'm gonna talk about this one. This is a good one, and I don't think I made a video about it yet. But we'll talk about this one. So this one is Ill-Founded. This is the one that sounds like a Spanish song, kind of. It's like a little bit of salsa. What I did is I wanted to start to use a lot of effects in the song. Not effects, but like I wanted it to be more than just the repetitive loops. You know, I wanted to, like how I have the pastor's voice and I have, you know, grandma's voice, all these things. I wanted to do more of that. So I started the song with some like audio that I just took while I was on the train. And then let me isolate these two. So you hear that on the train, and then I took some of the pastor also, his voice. And I'm sure I have it like elsewhere, other places, but I put that on this beat. I woke up. The craziest thing about this beat is that I had my bass guitar. It was at the end of the first semester, probably December, early December. I had my bass guitar. I wasn't feeling too well, and I woke up at 1 a.m. and I was like, I need to play the guitar. So I literally got out of bed and I played the bass guitar, and this is the sound that came from it. Like 1 a.m. It was just, I was like, this is like, I really like this. And originally I wasn't gonna use it because I had other stuff, you know, a lot of other stuff, ideas that I was gonna act on. But the ones that I usually follow through with is the ones that appeal to me the most. I guess that's self-explanatory, but I mean also like, if I listen to a song, I can have lyrics for any song, but if I don't have more than enough lyrics, like if it's not really compelling to me, then I won't follow through with this. So this beat was like, yeah, it's beautiful. And I didn't feel drums for this one, partly because I don't really like to make drums, but also partly because it's just good. It sounds good without the drums, you know. Listen. It's unsustainable. It's staining your jaws, it's staining your body, it's staining your drawers. So what you hear, it complements the vibe of the song. It matches. It's good. No drums needed. So then I put more of the pastor's vocals like towards the end, and I do like this layering thing. Let me see. So I layer this, right, the train. I layer prolific. This must be his words. I layer prolific, his words, and then Pastor Stephen Darby, by the way. And then I layer my own vocals. I just do. This is something that is new to me. I just do like, gonna sing here, then I'm gonna sing something different while I'm listening to that, and something completely different while I'm not even listening to either of those. And then when I combine it, usually sounds good. I don't know how. I had to do a lot of cuts because it was very overwhelming initially, but
opulence of luxury items, they begin to lose their passion for God and gain their passion for the things of the world.
yeah. So I mean, we'll play this with this together and see how if we can make sense of it.
It seems that I might try. It seems that I might.
And then we had like this little vocal too over here.
It's something that then God. It's something like me.
Yeah. So I don't know. I like that. It's the first time I really did something like that, and I think I pulled it off pretty well. for the first time. And then the song was ended at that point, right? Let me cut it because it's a little long. The song was ended at that point, and it was too short. All my songs usually too short initially. And I said, I don't like this, but also I don't want to expand it because I think it's perfect where it is for me, at least. I'm not the type of like 7-minute song type of guy yet, at least. I think I'll get there eventually based on where I'm going now, what I did with this album. But sometimes songs get too repetitive for me, and I wasn't, I want to change it up drastically. So I said, okay, let me change it up. And I take my time, and I go and I listen to some more Stephen Darby, because at that time I'm listening to Stephen Darby a lot. He's truly a prophetic preacher in all respects. It's amazing. So I hear this sermon from him where he's talking about this.
Cause I got to tell you the truth. Do I become your enemy because I told you the truth? Well, that's what happens when you tell people.
Yeah. So when he said those words in the sermon, I was like, okay, I gotta use this. Like it's too good, right? It's just the way that he talks. It's like, I don't know. He was meant to do what he did. Rest in peace, Stephen Darby. But yeah. So I put that, and I would say this is perfect for what this song is about. The first word that you hear is not sustainable. The song is called ill-founded. Because something is ill-founded, it's not sustainable. You can't sustain something it's not on a foundation, right? So the whole song I talk about, what is unsustainable about this? Why is the foundation bad and all these things? And then we get to this middle point, the middle point of the song, where it's like, I gotta tell you the truth. Like this is, like, yeah, all these things is ill-founded, but on the other hand, this is the truth. Because the whole album is about this topic, where it's like huge, what is the word? What would you say? Contradiction and irony. I think that is my greatest strength is using irony and exercising irony in my artistic endeavors in all aspects. Hold on, getting long again. Okay, so yeah, I put okay, but now it's like, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the other side of that. So then I had this rock and roll beat kind of thing that I just played with the guitar also, with the bass electric guitar, and I don't know, it just felt perfect to put it after this, because this is also a bass, like the initial beat is also a bass, but it doesn't really sound like that to me. But this sounds like the bass. I say, yeah, okay, we got to put that at the end. And then I had to make drums too, so I made these drums. Even though I really didn't want to, right? Don't get me wrong, I did not want to make these drums, but I knew I had to do it. I said, okay, I have to. Because if I don't, it's not, like, that sounds awesome to me, that bass line. But I said it's going to only be better if I put drums. So I had to make these drums from GarageBand. And it acts like as an ending of the song. And yes, I do want it to be a full song, right? But it's like, at the time I didn't have anything else to write about. The song was finished. Like, for what I was going to use it for, it's all good. So man, I would probably come back and we'll do extended version and all that, because it's a beautiful sound, It sounds to me like rock and roll, but it's not like too much, because every other rock band that I ever heard in my whole life, it don't matter who they are, they do too much. It's too many sounds. It makes me overthink. I don't like all of those sounds. It just sounds like noise. And they all sound the same too, And maybe it's because I don't listen to rock and roll, but I'm just not a fan of that genre, which is funny to hear because you hear me making rock and roll now. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, I like the simplicity. Just one bass right now. I don't want to put no electric guitar. I don't want to put no too many drums. I don't want to put no screaming. I like where it is at right now. It's very digestible for me. It's perfect for what it is right now. So, that's how I made Ill-Founded. The song, I guess if anybody has like questions about what the song is about, you can ask. But that is the making of it essentially. I think it's one of my one of my better songs on this album for sure. That one, like Ill-Founded, is very good. Instruments of War is very good. Banquet of Sin I really enjoy. Propensity, To My Love. All of these are like excellent. I really enjoy these songs. But I don't know. They're all like very rock and roll, but also gospel at the same time. So people ask me, they're like, "Oh, what kind of music do you make?" Because I tell them, and they say, "What do you like? What genre?" And I have a hard time sometimes telling them, which I think is a good thing, because it's, people want to listen to different things, but sometimes people get scared with different things. That's true. Because if they don't like, it doesn't remind them of something, they don't want to. They're like, "Oh, what is this?" But in the long run, it works better than the short run. Because short run, people gonna be like, "Oh, what is this?" Long run, people gonna be like, "Oh, what is this?" So, yeah, this is Pyran 3 though. I made this song a while ago. Also, the bass and kind of like rock a little bit. I kept it in the vault, and then I said, I'm just gonna release it. I did that with a few songs on this album, because I just had them there, and they weren't gonna reach the light of day, unless I put them with something. I feel like, because I don't want to put them as singles. But this is what it sounds like. And this is before I understood how to make certain drums, and I think I'm really only good at making like boom bap or slow kind of drums, not like modern day trap beats where they make you feel like super cool and you want to take all the drugs and do all that stuff. I don't know how to make drums like that, because that's too much of a different science. But I got really good at doing, because I listen to MF Doom beats and when I first started making beats, I would listen to MF Doom beats and I would copy it how I heard it, and then I would do that a bunch of times. And you get your ears working, work your ears differently instead of using your eyes to do this, So, but these drums right here sound like this, and they're rock and roll drums. And now alone, they sound kind of interesting. Like it sounds like something is missing almost. And what's missing is the bass. Because my theory always was that if your drums sounded good alone, if you could make a song with drums alone, that means they were perfect drums. But sometimes it's not always true. Sometimes if the drums are made for the beat, then it's okay. That's an exception. But if you're just really good at drumming, then I don't know. That's a true talent. But these drums were made to go with this beat, so that's why I crafted them, and that's probably why they sound a little bit empty. But here's what empty alone, I mean. But here's what it sounds like with the drums and the bass. And then we add the voice, and I just think it sounds like, I don't know, really good. And when I listen to it now, break down like this, I don't usually do that because I'm so invested in just make the beat quick. I gotta get the idea out, but I never come back to it and approach it with this view. When I do now, I see that each part is like a crucial piece. You cannot just have the bass. Well, you can't just have the bass and the words, but it's not gonna sound like finished. And you could just have the bass and the drums, but it doesn't sound finished. And only until you add the vocals does it sound like, oh yes, it's hitting all the parts, So that's something that I'm noticing right now. just hating all the parts. But it's good. I like this song. This song is about the same topics. Everything is about the same topics, because this album is like a culmination of what has occurred in the past 2-3 years, right? Basically, and with the assistance of my grandfather, I was able to get the bass guitar and properly express it through these means. Now, the scariest part about all of this, let me cut it because the video's at 2 minutes. The scariest part about all of this for me, is having to perform it, because I've never performed it yet. I just been making music online for a while, you know. It's almost like an internet comedian ready to go do a show, you know. It's like, oh shoot, that's totally not even what that he does. You know, I've never I did a few, you know, performances in front of people, like briefly, like for not my own songs though, for like Star Spangled Banner and stuff. And it's not that I don't think these songs would be good to perform. It's just like, it's a little nerve-wracking. It's like, oh my gosh, I gotta get up there and do whatever. And I know that I could. But the biggest thing for me is just how to get people there. How do I get people there? So I started to do, let me change the screen so I can show. I've been thinking about like marketing campaign. Like I just want to, people, first of all, people need to listen to the album. That's the like main priority basically. Second of all, people need to, I'm trying to see what picture I'm gonna show you guys really quick. Here you go. Yeah, people need to listen to the album. That's the first thing. So I made this flyer. It's not like, it says Azensali, right? But it doesn't feel almost like Azensali. It feels just like, listen to my album, which is fine. We just need to get the point across. But people first need to listen to the album. Then we need people to show up to the concert. And I've been talking with a bunch of people, and I'm like, yo, we're just gonna throw a concert in the middle of the park, right? Just literally just get like a little stage to stand on, even if it's like this thing right here. I'm just gonna stand up right here, right? We're gonna have a microphone, and I'm just gonna, excuse me, that was a bad burp. I'm just gonna get a microphone right here, and we're just gonna play the music in some speakers, like one right here, and then we're just gonna have however many people could fit over here, and we just perform the songs, you know? Just like in the park concert. And I'll just bring my boy with me, GQ. I'll bring Harlem with me. They could perform their stuff as well. And it could be like a little just music festival, you know? And I don't see how this could not happen, right? I can see how it might be a little bit budget or a little bit underground, but that's fine. If that's how it starts off, that's how it starts off. It's like a part of the story, you know? But on top of that, I've been getting told like, hey, you should do it like more professional so that you can continue to do it in the future and like involve as many people as you can and blah, blah, blah. And I agree with these ideas. 100% agree with these ideas. So we're gonna do both. But I have making these flyers for this, and then for the concert in the park, I'm thinking a flyer like this, just bright red. Because when I'm walking down the street, I don't see a flyer that's this bright red, you know? So just do it, because it's coming. Hold on, video's at 3 minutes. It's coming to a point like, okay, making music for 5 years now, right? Well, actually, this is one of the first renditions that I had. I was thinking of this. It's funny, but it may deter people from scanning. So that's the only reason, and that's the opposite of what we want. But it's getting to a point now where I have to start making some type of money from this endeavor, right? I mean, I've been putting the work in, and so far everybody that I show the music to likes it. Even people that I'm not like necessarily like friends with, like I'm acquainted with, they come to me and they'll be like, yo, I listen to your music, it's fire. People send messages to me like, yo, I listen to your music, it's fire. People just follow me and be like, your stuff is fire, you know? Even though the kids who go to Berkeley say that my stuff is good, and I don't even go to Berkeley. They're music kids, you know what I mean? So it's not that the music is bad, and it's not that it's even amateur. It's just that nobody is hearing it, because everybody else is demanding everybody's attention, you know? So it's now I have to join that seems what seems to be a rat race. Only temporarily, because once you get people's attention and they like you enough, they're gonna, it's gonna be there, and you're good. But that's like the hardest part is just getting their attention initially. So that's why I'm ready to move into guerrilla techniques, such as the ones that I have shown you, and just like continue posting on the YouTube, but like really just go and do flyers. My parents been telling me do open mic nights and shows like that. And initially I voiced my doubts because there's something in my head that keeps telling me so many doubts. It's like, oh, you can't do a concert in the park. You don't even know where. Oh, it's not gonna be loud enough. Oh, you're not gonna get people. Oh, you want to do open mic night? Your music, they don't want to hear that kind of music. It's really real life crazy how you could be your own worst enemy, So it's I was with Joe the other night, and I was like, Joe, like I thought about doing open mic nights and music, and stuff, but who wants to hear this music at a nice restaurant? Who's eating dinner and wants to hear this music? He's like, bro, it's not about the music. People just want to hear music. They don't care what kind of music it is. They just want to hear it live. That's what matters. And I said, oh, shoot. He's right. He is right. I didn't think like this. So very important to voice your doubts to somebody else, because maybe they can help you squash them. Videos long. But, so yeah, I mean, this is the backing of the cover. We're gonna make CDs too. I'm gonna record that also. But yeah, I mean, so I want to do open mic nights. Gonna find somewhere to do that in Boston. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. That's like that's what we're doing as Azensali now. That's the area that we're moving into. So that's it. These are also album covers and album designs I had. So I'll put them on merch probably eventually.